Hello everybody, this is Lara at Pure Elliott Wave with an analysis of a new little cryptocurrency, and I'm not sure how to pronounce this one. Is it Zilliqa? Do you pronounce the double L's like you do in Espanol? Zilliqa? Okay, well whatever it is, it's Z-I-L. And yeah, I pronounced the Z correctly, that's how we do it. Okay. I've already prepared my technical analysis charts. We'll do that last. Let's get into having a look and seeing if this little coin has enough volume to give us decent looking Elliott wave structures. If I choose to purchase this, I want to know if I'm going to use Elliott wave as part of my strategy of analysis or not. So let's have a go. I'm going to start my wave count from down here. First of all, let's view this on a semi-log scale. Yeah, I'm going to start my wave count from down here, the low on the 8th of March 2020. Actually, this is a weekly chart. Yeah, we'll start with a weekly chart. So week beginning 8th of March. I'm not going to make this part of my Elliott wave analysis, but it does tell me a couple of important things. This tells me that this market has the ability to form a bubble and then have a subsequent crash, and it's done so again, and this high is above this high, so it's formed another big bubble, and here's a huge crash, and it looks like it's doing it again, and it's at a relatively low level. I like the price of this, just under 7 cents. That's nice. So that's why I'm really interested in this. That's exactly what I'm looking for in a chart. Let's try intermediate degree for this. Let's have one. I think this is the high. Let's just put all that up here actually. So start my Elliott wave count, that's where 0 is, that's the start. Looks like 2 is over for sure, and that's another reason I like the look of this chart. Let's get some labels into 1. I want to see if this upward movement subdivides as a 5-wave impulse, and this downward movement subdivides as a corrective structure. It looks like it might be a zigzag, although no, I think maybe a double zigzag. Yeah, double zigzag. Really common structures, double zigzags, and I think I'd want to put that there. And then W looks like a really good zigzag, and Y looks like a very nice zigzag with an extended A wave and a shorter C wave. Oh no, there's going to be a huge overlap there. So is A leading diagonal? Okay, I'm going to get into that later. Maybe. Oh, there's an ending diagonal for A or C. Either one, I'll have to figure out which one that works for. I think I'd want to put 3 up here, and then this subdivides nicely as an impulse. I don't think there's going to be any problem with that at all when we get down to a lower time frame. 4 looks like this might be a little triangle. But now there's a problem with 5. Okay, so I think this might be better. And then I think maybe minute 5 is extended. I have to check the subdivisions of that. Is there no overlap? No, that's good. And I think I put that down there. Okay. So 2 could be a zigzag. 4 could be an expanded flat alternation. Nice. Okay, that actually looks pretty good. I'm going to save that work. I'm going to use this chart to create a daily chart. Yep, and here we have it. First thing I'm going to look at is have a look at some of the detail, not all of it, because otherwise this video is going to be 8 years long. Oh, I'm now recording from a beach in Mexico with a beautiful long left hand point break, and I'm goofy, so I'm happy with that. It's so good, except super crowded, so I'm getting up at like 6 a.m. and in the water before it's actually light. That's okay, it's kind of nice. First thing you do in your day, have a surf. I'm so happy to be back in the water. Too long out. We got stuck in Bogota. This actually looks pretty good. Okay, I'm not going to worry about the subdivisions of one. The third wave, actually, let's bring in MACD to help us with the wave count. Yeah, just use defaults. Yep, so looking at within one, the third wave could be here, could be here, could be here, and then there'd be no overlaps. Okay, I'm not going to worry about that. That'll subdivide fine as an impulse. The middle of the third wave, I think this is going to be okay. Where's the low here? What's this low? 0.017318. This is below, yeah. 0.016575. Yeah, it's here. This looks like a double zigzag, maybe? Maybe, I don't know. Let's have a look. I almost want to see a triangle in there. But then if I do that, is C going to subdivide? Okay, yeah, it is. Is this going to fit as a triangle? And will the trend lines work? Yeah, oh, that's quite nice. Okay. I feel like I want to put... No, I think that might have to be there. And then this is going to have to be like this. Oh yeah, that's going to work. Not sure that 3 should be over there. I think maybe here. And then, okay. X and expanded flat. Not sure about that. No, I think actually I want to see this here. And some kind of diagonal there. This here. Okay. Okay, and then the question is, which is the diagonal? Is it A or C within minor y? It's not really a question that's absolutely essential to have an answer to. But let's try A, seeing as that's where I've got the label. Checking sub wavelengths. No, that doesn't work. 1 is 0.06, 2 is 3 is 0.07, it's longer, and 4 is 0.04, it's shortest, so that doesn't work, so nope. This would have to be contracting. Oh yeah, okay, but do the trend lines work? Yeah, okay, fine. Yep, no truncation there, so not a running flat for minute B here. Minuet C moves above A, great. So this could be the start of a third wave. Well, that fits, doesn't it? Okay, I think that Zilliqa, whatever it is, has enough volume for reasonable looking Elliott wave structures. So if I do choose to purchase some of this, and I do strongly think I probably will, then Elliott wave could definitely be part of my strategy for analysing this one. Let's take a look at the classic analysis I've already prepared. But wait, here's something I prepared earlier. Okay, weekly chart first, then daily chart. Some good resistance about 0.235 and 0.13. Next support below as price falls is 6 cents. Below that, just under 4 cents and 3 cents. At the highs and lows, I am seeing candlestick reversal patterns, an evening star here, or an evening doji star, a bullish engulfing candlestick pattern here after some consolidation, and then a bearish. I don't have enough space here to get the text in. Here's a bearish engulfing candlestick pattern here after a little bit of upward movement, so this is the correct context. Here's a bullish engulfing candlestick pattern here, quite a strong one, engulfing multiple prior candlesticks, getting some upward movement. And then in the context of an upward trend, this is not a candlestick reversal pattern, it's a long-legged doji, but here, in the context of this upward trend, we've got a big, strong, bearish engulfing candlestick pattern. A hammer, really strong hammer here, so this is an important low. And then a bearish candlestick pattern here. Here's a bullish engulfing pattern with a long lower wick. This looks like a dark cloud cover in the context of an upward trend. A dragonfly doji in the context of a downward trend. This is bullish. And here, I think these could be considered a morning star. I'm not going to consider this a bullish engulfing because it's not that close to the low. And now at this high, I haven't checked the length. This is on a this is a log scale, this chart from Stock Charts. And so I need to check, has this candlestick closed halfway or beyond the real body of this prior candlestick? If it has, this could be a dark cloud cover. That would be a bearish candlestick pattern. No bullish candlestick pattern at a low, so no indication that this downward movement is over. ADX tells us there's no clear trend. It's declining. The positive DX line is still above the negative, so there's no potential trend change from up to down at the weekly chart level yet. Blow off top here, and now price is moving lower and volume is quite strongly declining. So that's bullish for the longer term, but we don't know if we have a low in place yet. On balance, volume has no new range, but here price has not made a new high, but on balance volume has made a really strong new high. So price is lower even by terms of the close and the high beyond these prior highs, but on balance volume is making new highs. This is quite bullish. This is a very strong upward movement. At that prior high here, there was some bearish divergence between price and RSI, while RSI was very deeply overbought. It tends to, for this market, get deeply overbought, but it doesn't seem to get so oversold as deeply or for as long. That's pretty normal for these cryptocurrencies. They've got a strong bullish bias. RSI neutral after ever so slightly overbought. ADX, we've been over that. Stochastics also neutral, ATR declining. So this chart tells me that this looks like a counter trend movement, which is probably not yet over. I have confidence that this market has the ability to form a bubble and see a huge subsequent crash. We have seen a huge subsequent crash. Haven't calculated this in percentage terms, but when you look at this on an arithmetic scale, let's just really quickly pop over and do that. When you look at this chart on an arithmetic scale, you see this curved growth. That's exponential growth. And then you see a huge crash. So this is a bubble. The bubble pops and there's a huge crash. So if I'm buying anything within wave 1 price territory using Elliott wave, I can hold out through 3, 4 and get 5. And 5 is going to be the longest. How long was it here? Oh, actually here 3 was the longest. I think for intermediate degree it's probably going to be 5 that's the longest, not certainly, but it'll still move beyond 3 to new highs. So I'm still within that wave 1 price territory. I'm seeing everything I want to see for a purchase on this chart. What about the daily chart? Okay, at these lows, here's a hammer, bullish candlestick pattern, and these three together make a morning star. Here's another morning star, not as strong though. Some really strong upward movement, and then we get some bearish upper wicks and a shooting star bearish candlestick pattern, and then a bearish, well, this is a bearish engulfing pattern as well. So this is quite bearish after we see strong upward movement with a strong push from volume. This looks like a blow off top and a subsequent crash. Volume declining as price falls. There's weakness in this downward movement. Volume is declining and ATR is declining as well. So that's good to see. I'll be looking for support about 6 cents. Below that, do I have anything below that? Yeah, 30.038 and 0.030 below 6 cents. So I'll see how it behaves about there. I might leave this for a few days. I don't really like trying to pick lows. I'm looking at the much, much bigger picture here. When I buy these small little coins, I'm only investing a really small amount, like only as much as I would be prepared to pay for a really nice lunch out. And if I lose all of it, it's fine. It's absolutely fine. I will lose absolutely no sleep over it. I'm not trying to pick highs and lows. I'm just trying to buy as reasonably close to a low and sell years later reasonably close to a high, and I'm going to hold for years. I'm not looking at primary degree. I may even be trying to look at cycle or super cycle degree, but probably cycle. So that's 1 to several years I'll be holding. No new signal from on balance volumes. That's just for a little background. That's my general strategy with what I'm doing here. No clear trend from ADX at the daily chart level. A potential trend change to down, but the ADX line is still declining, telling us there's no clear trend. Stochastics RSI neutral, not yet oversold. It did exhibit some bullish divergence at this important low. So it can get oversold for a little while, but not as long as it tends to be overbought, and not as deeply as it tends to be overbought. And then we saw some good strong bullish divergence. These lows haven't been tested again yet. If we move below 6 cents, then I would expect that the 0.038 area to provide really strong support, and I'd be looking to see how RSI behaves if price gets that low. Bullish signal here from a golden cross, the 50-day moving average, moving above. Oh, I've got 55 here. I like that Fibonacci 55. I should probably change that though, shouldn't I? Moving above the 200-day moving average. Okay, so there's everything I'm seeing that I want to see in this chart. I think this is a good investment opportunity for me for just a small punt. Just, I don't know, $100-200, see how that goes, hold on to it for years. And if I lose all of it, well, that's fine. That's absolutely fine. I tried, but I think this is pretty bullish. I think this is a counter trend movement. I'm going to wait a few days and see how it behaves around 6 cents. If it breaks through that and closes below that, if there's any push from volume, then I might leave it a few more weeks and look for the 0.038 cent mark. Although, to be honest, it doesn't really make, it does make a difference in the very long term, but for my purposes, I'm not too anxious to try and pick a low. I just think that's causing too much stress, to be honest. Okay, that's it from me with the first of hopefully 3 extra videos for you this week. And if I do choose to purchase this in coming days, because my CMT ethics guidelines require me to, I must notify my paying subscribed members on my website, pureelliottwave.com, and I will do that in the comments section of your weekly Bitcoin analysis, and I will also make a comment under this Zilliqa analysis for you if that's what I'm doing. Thank you all so much for watching. Thank you so much for subscribing to all subscribers on the YouTube channel, and I really appreciate and very much enjoy your engagement. So thank you so much as well to everyone who engages on the channel.